My friends, time to do another reaction video. We are going to do Prince The Ride Live. This goes out to my good friend Kicking the Science, and I know many of you out there have asked me for this one. So let's, without further ado, let's just jump in and get her done. This looks like one of those after shows. So this is the early 90s. I think it's Michael Bland on drums. With Prince, either his B string or his high E string is just slightly out of tune, but barely noticeable. To most people. If you notice, as a rhythm player, that like just his fills, his hammer-ons, his pull-offs that he adds to his chords and to the rhythm parts, he just really makes the rhythm come alive. Like compared to Prince, I'm like he makes me feel like the world's most boring rhythm player. Great alternate picking there, right? Is it just me, or does this video, just the colors, the film, it kind of has a little bit of a Hendrix vibe. The music a little bit, but more so just the vibe of the everything, the clothes, the type of film. It's just kind of Hendrixy. Went over, changed the settings on his Marshall head. Epitome of cool. Got the wah pedal happening. I got a question for you guys. So we know about a month ago they had that footage of Prince that came out when he was a kid. They're doing some documentary about the school or something. And, you know, to all us Prince fans, we're all like, oh, that's really cool, you know. Do you think he was cool in school? Or do you think it was something he had to work on, or it came naturally to him? He's the king of cool. Sized crowd there. He pretty pared down. He's got drummer, bass, him, of course, and he's just killing it on two instruments, his voice and guitar. And I think they have a keyboardist there. So it's interesting. Normally, from what I've seen, he was a Mesa guy for his amps, but here he's using Marshall. Great guitar tone as usual. But you know, I really wish now, looking back, well, I just wish I was more aware of Prince's stage performance with the guitar and everything did when I was younger, because it sure would have kicked me in the rear end about being more exciting on stage. Because boy, he makes me look like a bump on the log up on stage. Message from my good Patreon friend, a man named Briggs. Let's do a selfie together, shall we? I'm gonna send it to him. Say, hey, guess what I'm doing now? Check it out. Cool. It was good to hear from one of my Patreonies, my good friends. Definitely a Hendrix vibe. I think one of the things is when I said that he was one with his guitar, he's just... Oh, he's almost beyond words now at this point, is he not? So again, this has got to be early to mid-90s at the most. But just a definite Hendrix vibe I'm getting from this song. And he's not in a rush. He's just taking his time. Guys, that truly was awesome. I'm going to try and explain something. When you play in a band, okay, and the less you have in the band, the less people you have in the band, it's almost like the more naked you are. So he is singing and playing guitar, and I know from playing guitar in a three-piece band, a lot of it's on the guitar melodically. So the really good guitar players who can have that rhythmic ability to really make the chords come alive with the hammer-ons and pull-offs, and it was just amazing because he could make a smaller band sound like a bigger band. That's why I have so much respect for people like Billy Gibbons from ZZ Top. Not only is he an amazing guitar player, but I don't know. It's just when I've played in 5-piece bands, 6-piece bands, 4-piece bands. But there's something about when you're like in a 3-piece band, which they basically almost were. There might have been a keyboardist there, but I couldn't really hear him in the mix. I didn't see anyone at the keyboards for that particular song. But when you can make a song sound like that, so full, that was amazing. That truly is amazing. It shows you how much of a master he was at the craft. I'm keep kicking myself. Why did I not get into Prince younger? You know, again, I go back to my theory about he wasn't in the guitar magazines. That was a big source of my education and information back then. Early 90s. Man, even then, if I wish I could have got into Prince then. It was just watching him would have been a big education for me for performing. Just being able to watch him play and saying, man, I really have to kick it up a few notches here, because it's still an education. Every action video I do about him is an education. I feel bad. I have some musician friends out there who are very talented and capable, who've kind of made it known to me, either in a passive-aggressive way or not, that saying things about Prince or putting him down, and I'm realizing that they don't get it. But not only do they not get it, they don't understand to have your YouTube channel grow. You have to listen to what the people want. You have to be consistent. You have to pay attention to the video quality, of lighting, of editing, the timing of your videos, when to put them out, how many videos a week you should put out. It's a lot of work. And I feel bad for these people who, I had a friend of mine a few weeks ago who, you know, I'm not saying anything bad about him as a human being, and he's a very talented guy, but he made a very kind of a, you know, the thing is, when people are passive aggressive, they hide behind the fact of, oh, I'm just kidding. And they put it back on you, meaning like, kind of like, is in a, can't you take a joke? But when people make those passive aggressive comments, and you can clearly see it's because either they're jealous or they have a problem, or they're, you know. So I've had a few friends do that. They make disparaging comments about Prince, but they do it in a way to make it sound like my channel isn't doing well and yours is growing and I have a problem with that. That's what they would say if they were just being honest. But the reality is, there's a lot to a YouTube channel. There's a lot of work goes into it if you seriously want it to do well and for it to grow. But part of it is, you have to listen to what the people want, right? You know, my whole channel isn't all about doing Prince reaction videos. My audience understands that. Sorry guys, I just kind of threw that in. It's been something that's been kind of bothering me for a while. And, but you know, like, I have musician friends that, you know, complain. You know, they'll put up a video, their first one in 3 months, and they'll complain about not getting any views, and they don't understand why their channel won't do well or is not getting any views. It's like, you can't talk to these people. You can't say, man, it's work. You got to put in your time. You got to keep making it better and better. You have to listen to what the people you want. You've got to, the people that are taking the time to watch your videos and comment, they're human beings. They matter. They're taking the time to support your channel in one way or another. You have to take some time out of your day to answer comments. I've had people with crappy YouTube channels say, well, I don't have time for that, man. I'm busy. Well, then maybe you don't have time for a YouTube channel. Sorry, I'm kind of going off on a rant here, but I should make a separate video about this. But it was something that really kind of bugged me, and it just popped out here about, you know, my friends that make disparaging remarks about Prince. They have no clue how talented he is. They really should look into it, as I did. And I've become more educated on Prince as well. But he truly was a master. And when you pare it down to a small band setting like that, when you got drums, bass, and his voice and a guitar, man, and it still sounded amazing. That says a lot. So anyway, sorry for my little rant there. I just, it kind of bugs me now when I hear disparaging comments from people that are ignorant about Prince when they're so clueless about his ability. And I had a friend make a disparaging comment about his guitar playing a few weeks ago. It wasn't so much about Prince. It was more so much about, I think he was just frustrated because his channel isn't doing well and mine is growing. And I think it was more directed at me than Prince's playing ability. But it's like, dude, no, you got to do your research on Prince. He's freaking amazing. One of the greatest ever. Anyway, that is my reaction to the ride. That is from my good friend Kicking the Science. A number of you have been asking me for that, and there it is. Phenomenal. Amazing. And if you're a working musician and you're in a three-piece band and you know how hard it is, especially if you play guitar and sing, there's a lot on you, man. At the end of the night, you're tired. So anyway, keep the comments coming, the suggestions coming. Guys, if you want your reactions, if you want a shout out for me and your reactions done quicker, join us on Patreon. Cup of coffee, couple cups of coffee a month. You'll see a lot of extra content, and I bump you up to the top of the priority list with reactions. Okay, because as you know, we have hundreds now from the community in the comment section. So unfortunately, I can't do all of them. I could do all of them. I probably could make reaction videos for a year or two straight, just on the reaction list alone, or just on the request list alone. So, but anyway, guys, remember, practice hard, but practice smart. We'll see you soon.